If there are some things that you know that take up a lot of your time and it doesn't provide so much value that you think that if you give it to someone else to do, it will free up more time for you to do the things that are really important. So they will say that is mostly to work smart and not work hard. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So it's been long. I did this reacting to videos. If you've been watching this channel, I kind of like started reacting to videos of successful people on a particular channel called CNBC. What they do is that they bring very successful people and they kind of share their stories, which I really enjoy watching because it kind of motivates me and encourages me that the goals and dreams that I have are quite achievable if people are able to attain whatever their dream is. So I kind of want to bring back that series again, and I want to be doing it at least once a month, where I watch with you guys some people's very successful stories and see what we can learn from them. Because I know that sometimes what they say is that when you want to be like someone else, one of the things you can do is try to model some things that has really worked for them. So that is why I'm going to be reacting to this one. So I saw this very interesting one and I wanted us to watch it together. The name of this one is How I Work 5 Hours a Week and Make 1.6 million a year. Guys, I can't tell you how many hours I work a week, but if someone can work 5 hours a week and make 1.6 million a year, it sounds very interesting, and I would really want to know what the person is doing right that I'm not doing. So first of all, what I'm going to do is to like this video and then we can start watching. So I'm going to play this now and let's see.
I never thought I would make much money, honestly, because I just wanted to be a musician, and I think what I wanted most was to do something I loved for a living. I never wanted to have a job I hated, and I was always a creative.
My name is Graham Cochran. I'm 39 years old. I make about one.
Let me tell you guys something. You see about this getting job of it thing. I remember when I graduated from the university, I also didn't want to work for anybody. I wanted to create something of my own and go from there. But the thing was that I was very young and I started a business with one of my friends, and unfortunately it didn't work out. And because it didn't work out, I needed to fend for myself and provide money so that I can take care of myself. I had to start, that was actually even how I got into software engineering. So him saying he didn't want to work, I totally agree with that. Sometimes when I wake up, I'm like, someone has to work today.
$6 million a year. I work about 5 hours a week, and I live in Tampa, Florida.
5 hours a week. I want to know what he does. Like
I'm a business coach. I run an online business where I teach people how to make money off of their passions, turn their knowledge into income, sell online courses, maybe build a following around a YouTube channel or a podcast or a blog, and then eventually sell their knowledge in online courses and memberships or one-on-one and coaching packages.
So I get what he's doing. So he's a coach and also he sells online courses, which makes a lot of sense. Thinking about it now, I can see how he can work 5 hours a week, because one thing about creating courses is that once you've created them, that's the bulk of the work. Apart from advertising it or marketing it for people to purchase it, one is going to be a lifetime of income, because people are going to be buying that course, and then you don't have to every morning wake up and recreate it. You've already created the course, so it's just for people to come and buy it. And for those who don't know, I also have a course on how you can get started and get monetized on YouTube. I'm going to be linking it in the description in case you want to check it out. It is very, very affordable for those who don't know where to start from, what device to use, the camera, your background and everything, and up to how you can get monetized on YouTube. I have all of that linked in the description box.
Welcome to episode 167 of The Graham Cochran Show, where I'm here to help you build your online business. A friend of mine who was older and wiser, and he said, man, you don't have any real family time. You got to take at least one day off with your family. So from day one, when I got serious, I just committed to, okay, I'm going to figure this out in Monday through Thursday.
So that's also one thing that I try to look out for. I know that I don't plan to work for someone all my life. I'm also trying to create something for myself, from teaching people how to make money online to running a YouTube channel, which I'm believing that one day is really going to take off. I also created a course, and I'm about to also create a second one. So I believe in work-life balance. So I like the fact that he's bringing out Fridays and the weekend to spend with his family, which I'm still struggling with a little bit when it comes to work-life balance, because I have to, weekends are mostly when I'm able to, do something for myself. So it makes sense that if I can learn to, manage my time properly within the week, and using weekend to, really, really take care of myself and also spend quality time with people that I love.
I decided in 2018 to launch my personal brand, grahamcochran.com, teaching everything I know about online business. And as that's become successful, we built this house here on the river. And it's just been a dream to be able to have the home the way we want, the space, and have the privacy where we want, be on the water, which we love. So front of the house, we love having a front formal living room that rarely gets used, but we love, if we have people over, sometimes people spread out, so it's really nice.
I'm going to one day get my own house, build a house finer than this, really. That's like the goal, like with my family and all.
Obviously, and then really the whole house is all about back here, just having a really cohesive living space, right? We love tall ceilings, so the 20-foot ceilings, and then the view, which is what it's all about, being on the river. And we put in these custom iron arch doors, which are so fun. These are kind of a splurge to have something unique.
It's so fine, like, guys, this is so beautiful.
So the kitchens, all my wife, she wanted it to be really open. We decided to go more open shelf concept, which was different, but it was just great. Everything's accessible, and we just wanted a big island and keep it as clean as possible.
It's so encouraging. My wife is
trying to take over with plants. She wants us to be the jungle room. This is a great room for the kids to do crafts.
Lots of plants.
All the stuff that's fun, that leaves a mess. They can take over this table and not take over the kitchen table. So a dining room where meals take place, obviously, but it's also like morning time. So I'll sit in the morning, first thing by myself, reading my Bible, praying, coffee, waking up. In the summers, it's great. We have time with the kiddos. This was no school. We can all sit around the table.
I think this is just like really my dream, like to be able to, I and my family build something, build like a legacy for ourselves. Because I can see that one of the first things I am getting from him is to go all in for it. Like, I'm working towards, financial independence. So I know that I have to really put in the work to create something for myself. I don't think that working 9 to 5 for how many years, I don't know how long it's going to take me to be like a millionaire. So I know that it has to be me creating something for myself, either starting up a business and the business scaling, or just doing something for myself. And that is also what I'm trying to encourage whoever is watching. I know it can be very scary sometimes to go out there and take the courage to do something for yourself, because most times, I don't know if other people do it, but sometimes I self-sabotage. I'm like, what if it doesn't go well? But what if it does go well? So I also want to encourage you, if you're someone who is watching this and this is something that you're looking towards getting for yourself, is very achievable. People have done it, and I'm also in the process of doing mine. I'm learning every day. I'm growing every day, relearning, unlearning. So I'm rooting for you as I'm rooting for myself.
Go through a devotional together, read through the Bible, trying to teach my kids how to read the Bible themselves. So books are a huge part of my life. That's how I've grown and learned.
100% agree.
I have my very own book. Finally published my first book, How to Get Paid for What You Know. Everywhere we go in the house and in the office, I have bookshelves and books. And one of my only requests for the house was,
when it comes to books, guys, that a lot of things I have learned today, a lot of self-discipline and value, and some of my life morals that I have learned today is through books. I won't even lie to you. I started reading when I was very young, and it really helped shape my life. So I don't know, people who don't, if you're someone who is struggling to read, I know it can be an issue for some people. You can also maybe look into getting like audiobooks and listening to them if you cannot read, because reading has a lot of things. One thing that I know that reading does is that it teaches you something that might take you years to learn. Let's say, for example, you're reading someone's biography, maybe let's say a millionaire, and then in that book, he or she writes down how he or she was able to move from point 0 to point 100. Now, imagine trying to learn that on your own without having that knowledge or information. It's going to take you a very long time. But with books, what I call books, or what books are to me, is a shortcut to a long road of learning something myself that I have learned from someone else. So if you're not someone who is big on books, I would want to encourage you to really take it seriously, because it goes a very long way. It teaches you a lot. You learn a whole lot when you read books. Trust me, you're
Put the master bedroom at the back of the house so we could have a balcony and a view of the river. So we kind of built the house around that.
This is nice.
My parents were military early on, but we settled in Virginia, and I fell in love with music as a kid. Singing, playing trumpet, eventually played guitar, and just became a music head. Played in middle school bands, high school rock bands. That's what got me into audio engineering and recording music.
Guys, in 2005,
I met my wife
just one.
my sophomore year of college. We dated for 3 years all through college and got married right out of college.
Nice.
It was a really hard year, so I actually lost a job in 2009 before we moved, and then it was really hard to find a job in Tampa during the Great Recession. I think I applied for 50 jobs, finally got one.
Guys, when he just mentioned Great Recession, and I wanted to also share with you guys, because this is something that is currently happening, especially in the business world. A lot of companies are firing. A lot of people are saying that we are probably in recession, or we will soon enter recession. And I hope that people watching are also planning towards that in case it happens. So I have a video that I created on this channel, I think my last video, where I talked about recession and how you can prepare, because recession affects a lot of things and a lot of people. So the more prepared you are, the better, so you don't go, so it doesn't take you unawares.
Settlement industry. That's when we bought our first house. My first daughter was born, and then 4 or 5 months into working that job, that company ran out of money and they had to let me go. I had like an emergency fund that we lived off for a while, but eventually we burned through that.
Emergency fund. I also have a video on that on this channel. I hope you have your emergency fund, or you're planning towards it, or you're working towards it.
This were pretty bleak. At that time, we literally had no income. I had family and friends sending me checks and trying to help us out. We applied for food stamps. It was a very humbling experience. So I would say for almost 2 years, it was me trying to get work, and I got a little bit of work. I think I made $7,000 in my first year. It wasn't very. There were 2 moments where light bulbs went off. One was when I sold my first online course.
Hey everybody, it's Grant over GrantParker.com.
Which functionally I was teaching things on YouTube for free, and then I thought, could I sell what I'm teaching? And that was probably 18 months before the second moment, which was the back half of my second year of business. I launched 2 more products that became best sellers for me.
And that's what I've got for you today. It is the Behringer Truth monitors, studio monitors.
And in the last couple of months of that year, we brought in almost $60,000. And I realized this is game over. I used to make $30,000 a year working full time in corporate America, same with my wife. So I was replacing both of our $30,000 a year salaries from a website talking about what I love to do, which was music and music reporting, all from home. And that's when we didn't qualify for food stamps anymore. And I knew my life was going to be different from then on out.
Taking risk and believing in yourself is one thing that I have learned. Guys, like, I remember when I used to doubt myself a lot, and I can remember creating this YouTube channel, and I was like, am I sure I can do this? I just want to tell you, whoever is watching, you can do it. I know sometimes people might be like, oh, but it's going to be cringe, people are not going to like it. It's fine. I mean, you don't even like yourself sometimes, right? So it is okay to, just let go. Do whatever it is you want to do. Don't worry about what people will say, because they will talk anyways. So why not just do it and let them talk anyways? And whatever it is, I know it might seem very not promising. It might seem very difficult, but it's just that we have to be consistent and we also have to be very, very persistent. Because from here, his story started 2008 and this is 2022 and he's still growing. Just to let you know that it's not going to be an easy journey. It's not going to be an easy route for anybody, but it is very doable. I'm saying this because I also need to hear it myself.
I was trying to figure out how to build a business, and at the time, my weekends were taken up with this church that we were starting. So I never got a day off. A friend of mine who was older, wiser, and he said, man, you don't have any real family time. You got to take at least one day off with your family. So from day one, when I got serious, I just committed to, okay, I'm going to figure this out in Monday through Thursday. So 32 hours a week and work normal 8-hour days. So that became the most I ever worked in my business when I started. And then every year, I'm kind of a weirdo. I try to play this game and figure out, could I make the same amount of money I made last year or grow it? That'd be even better, but work fewer hours. And so it's been income go up, work hours go down, and it's been that way ever since.
I think that's what I want. Well, that's one thing I need to learn, guys. Managing my time well. I struggle with time management a lot. Sometimes I win it. Like sometimes there's some week that is absolutely amazing. I'm like, oh my god, so you could manage these things yet, because I'm doing a lot behind the scene that I'm not ready to share yet, but when it's time to share, I will let you guys know. I'm doing a lot, and sometimes I kind of find myself struggling to be able to manage my time well. So I think that's one thing that he has figured out. So I'm still a work in progress, trying to figure out how I'm able to manage my time. I feel like if I can manage my time properly, I'll be able to have the work-life balance that I'm looking for, and also be able to maximize my time by providing more value and making more money, and then also resting at the same time. 1 million into
I remember I was at a beach vacation with my family, just a 3 or 4 day getaway at the panhandle of Florida. And I remember my wife looking at me with my laptop while we were at the beach, and she said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "You can't even get away for 3 or 4 days that you have to check your email." And I remember feeling, what am I doing? And that was when I realized I needed somebody to be in my inbox for me to take care of those types of requests that need a response right away. Most of what allows me to work so few hours is a combination of systems and eliminating a lot of stuff that just isn't really necessary. And I learned that all the activity on social media I was doing, being in email all day long, keeping my email tab open and responding to emails as they came in, working on all kinds of projects without really looking at what do my products really make up the bulk of my money. I use the 80-20 rule, Pareto's principle, all the time as a framework of looking at what I'm doing and eliminating as much as I possibly can. I'm not really working faster as much as I'm just doing less in my business, and I'm only doing the things that I have found actually drive revenue in my business.
This delegating is a very good thing that I learned. If there are some things that that take up a lot of your time, and it doesn't provide so much value that you think that if you give it to someone else to do, it will free up more time for you to do the things that are really important. I know that it's not everyone that can, be able to achieve this, because it will require you, spending more money and paying someone to have back your time. This is something that I'm currently doing. I'm delegating some things to people, the ones that I can afford right now, but I'm hoping that by the time my income sources increase, I'll be able to delegate more. This would buy back my time, and I can be able to be more productive, and in turn make more money, even make way more money that I'm spending into delegating and all of that. So they will say that is mostly to work smart and not work hard.
I eventually brought on a customer service person to take care of some of those emails in my inbox. And then I eventually hired someone to help me with the boring, like uploading my videos to YouTube and making thumbnails or editing some videos if I needed them edited.
Thinking about launching a membership site, today's episode is for you.
I've been making videos for 13 years, so I usually know what I want to say, very few stops and starts, and I can get it done pretty quickly. And then I'll wrap up the morning with checking email, and then I have a paid community of people that I jump in, I answer questions, and I touch base with those people and see what they need help with. And then I'm usually done by lunch.
So this really makes sense, guys. Like,
I'd love to move into more public speaking. Going back to my music roots, I love being on stage. What I'm going to be working towards is just getting on more stages, getting in front of people, and trying to share this message of how to monetize what you know and turn it into a flexible, automated business that gives you freedom. I would say money is a great servant, but a horrible master. I think people have more control over where their money goes and what they do with their money than they give themselves credit for. It's not worth being scared of or living your life as if you're controlled by what money you have or don't have.
This was a very, very nice episode, and I really, really liked it. And it's just once again encouraging me to go for what I want. I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to need me to dedicate a lot of time. I know that he has already paid his dues by, spending those time to build out his brand, his product, and all of that. So I'm still in my building process, and I'm really happy about it, making mistakes here and there and learning from it. So this brings me to the end of the video, and all I can say is keep building, guys. Keep building, and I know that one day is going to be a success for you as well. Let me know if you want any video from me, or if you have this kind of videos and you want me to react to it, or even if you enjoyed this one, please let me know in the comment section. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video. If you want to watch the original video, I'm also going to link it in the description box. Be sure to check it out and show them some love by liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.